back to markets. Jai Bala from Cash the Chaos joins in on the show. Jai, it's been a bit of a grind, right? The market's not, getting that positive trigger to move up. What do you think? A couple of 100 points down and then we move up, or do you think a sharper correction is in store?
Hi, Angel. Good to be here. See, there are other things that are indicating the markets that are positive for the market. First, the Nifty, it's a bit ambivalent for the very short term. So I say from 2 days to 2 days to 12 days, so that sort of perspective. The Nifty could either drop to 24,400 and then get back to all-time highs, or the 25,001, the low we saw yesterday. That might even be, be a low the market is trying to launch for fresh all-time highs. But the other thing I spoke about, the Nifty small cap index, Nifty micro cap index, they're all above the June high, so they're clocking higher highs. The mid cap index is very close to doing that, and the key auto sector, that is showing a very positive sign that it might take out the 24,175 or 24,200 high resisted in June. So there are broader market signs that are saying that the market is in good health, and we don't have to fret about the Nifty not showing too much sign. It's probably a matter of time.
You're saying the auto sector is likely to break out on the way up?
That's right.
What about individual?
That's
right. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, 24,175 was the June high, I think. So once that's crossed, I think that will propel the overall direction of the market. Even the sector rotation is happening into pharma, which was fearing some tariffs from Trump. It's had an inverse head and shoulders breakout. So I think although it's a lightweight in the Nifty, it's a good sign of the market breadth widening out.
Okay, all right, Jai, request you to stay with us for the time being.
Mark, so picked up a little bit of gains in the last 30 minutes or so. We were sub 25,200 when we started the show, and now we're at 25,220. Mid-cap index up a full 1%. Jai, you were telling us about how auto and pharma is looking good, and we're seeing the broadening out of gains in the market. Any individual stocks where you have a trade?
I have one from the auto space and one from the real estate space. The auto stock is the leader. M&M has been the leader for the last 2 years in the auto space, and it also has an overlap with the defense sector. So, and the price structure of the recent move showing that the recent pullback to about 30.50 was a corrective decline. So the stock has got potential to take out the 52-week highs. That's roughly about 32.50, and then possibly progress to somewhere about 3,400. So stop loss at about 30.50 is essential for the stock. DLF, we've been bullish on the real estate sector since May, and it looks like the pullback for the real estate sector is done from the June highs, and today's overlap with the pullback of the June first leg of the move is saying that the drop was a corrective move, and DLF possibly targeting somewhere close to 4 figures. Need not be exact 4 figures, but just around the ballpark, about 960 or slightly above that. So a stop loss about 780 would make sense for the stock. So the quantities should be add-on quantities. We are still being a little cautious, but we are bullish. So allocate sensibly.
All right. I think on Mahindra making an interesting point out there, right? There's no nervousness on that one. And just the structure is giving you a sense that something's got to give. Maybe, in fact, something's in the offing. So let's keep an eye out on Mahindra. That's one of your picks that you've given us. Lemon Tree was a stock you liked last week, right? What's happening on that one? I think later on in the week, it went gap up. It was up 10%, I think. You still want to check in?
I'm still bullish. We have different types of trade setups. This is a pullback setup. What we had last week was a breakout setup. So I think it's clocked 161 and change, and then pulled back to about 150. I don't think the stock is likely to drop below 140. Maybe even 145 will be a good support. Anticipating somewhere about 170 to 200 in a few weeks time frame. So still continue to remain bullish on Lemon Tree.
What can drag us down? I mean, what are the weakest looking charts one should completely avoid?
Very pertinent question, Prima, and absolutely very important to know what sector to avoid, what stocks to avoid. And I'm neutral on FMCG space that's showing some positive signs though in the short term. but it might just be a corrective bounce. I've been quite held back on the Nifty IT index. I've been pointing out it's a possible counter-trend move to 38,000, 40,000. It's clocked 39,500, and Nifty IT index is struggling thanks to TCS. And so these are the sectors you need to be very careful within the Nifty IT index. Avoid frontline names for now. Maybe there is some life in mid-cap IT and small-cap IT, but definitely stay away from Nifty frontline IT for now. Maybe things can change if Nifty IT index can cross 40,000.
All right, you're retaining your bullishness, Jai. There was many weeks when you were very bearish. The bulls were very angry to hear your thoughts. But good, you turned the corner. What about Bitcoin? Is risk on? If it's risk on, then that one moves like a rocket. More to go from here?
That's right, Nigel. Once again, in Bitcoin, I was pointing to 74,000 to 72,000 as a very important area. If that were given, I would have turned, extremely bearish. But thank God it held that, and we turned bullish in the middle of May. I'm anticipating 144K to come through for Bitcoin in a few weeks to a few months time frame. This gone. And interestingly, gold and silver, it's even there is a change of opinion there. Gold is probably having one more pullback to come through, and if it were to cross 3440, possibly gold could head to 3800. So watch 3245. That should not break. That next leg of a pullback should hold 3245. If that happens, possibly final leg of a bullish breakout for gold possible.
Okay, all right. Thanks.